off, he'll leave us down here. And by people, you mean Newsom, Stan said, and adjusted the steering wheel a couple of degrees before straightening it out. Not worth the risk, Stan, Norman said. He'll check him out. You'll lose your share. I like to see him try, Stan said. I know these waters better than anyone on the Jupiter. I can get rid of a body like that, Stan said. End up in prison the rest of your life just like that. Throwing your body in his feelings. And even if you're not to share, it's hard to spend money while in prison. I'd find a way, Stan said. And a 1% share of $10 billion can buy me a whole gaggle of lawyers. Gaggle is for geese, Dormer said with a laugh. I think a group of lawyers is called a gangbang. Stan laughed, but it quickly died away. You good? Dormer said. Which one? Nothing at all, Stan said, pointing at the submersible. Unless you consider the fact that we're fucking down with wrong. Bullshit, Dormer said. He squeezed next to Stan and stared out of the viewport. Holy shit, Stan. We fucking did it. We fucking found the Lady Elliot. I'll call it in, Stan said. Log coordinates and make sure external cameras are running. We document everything from here on out. Onward, Dormer said, and sat down in his co-pilot seat to the flight. Hey, Newsom, you there? Stan called. He did not have answer to his call, despite it almost slipping past his lips. Newsom barked.
I'm a little busy up here on the Jupiter.
It's hard being captain, Stan said.
Again, since none of you people can seem to understand, I'm not a captain.
Newsom said.
I'm project lead. Project lead. It's 2 words. Only one more than captain, so it shouldn't be hard to understand.
It's as if you've been a sailor as long as I have been, Stan said. Usually we call the person in charge of the ship captain. It's been a thing for a while now. Oh, you know, a few centuries or so.
That type of hierarchy is outdated and inefficient.
Newsom said.
Hierarchy.
Ship, Stan corrected.
Fucking shit. Boat, whatever.
Newsom snarled.
What I was saying is I'm hierarchy. Everyone on the boat to do what I ask. That doesn't make me the captain. That makes me the fucking guy in charge of everything. Do you see the difference?
Stan sighed. He made sure it could easily be heard over the radio. The only thing I see is the Lady Elliot, Stan said. He grinned wide at Dormer. The young co-pilot grinned back and covered his mouthpiece as he started laughing.
I'm sorry. Come again.
Newsom called over the radio.
Did you say you found it already?
Stan rolled his eyes at Dormer and shook his head. What the fuck do you mean by already, Newsom? This is day 87. That's hardly already.
No. I mean, you have only been down there for 40 minutes.
Newsom said.
That's a day record.
76 minutes, Dormer said. His hand still covered by his mouthpiece. Well, with the actual time, we have limited air, right? Yeah, well, today was the day for making records, I guess, Stan said as he flipped several switches and tried not to laugh at what Dormer said. 2 banks of external floodlights powered up and brought the wreckage into stark vibration. Holy crap, Dormer said. It's really her. It's really her, Stan echoed.
Hey,
Newsom shouted over the radio.
we can't see a damn thing. Turn the fucking cameras on.
Stan looked at the instrument. I did, Dormer said, and pointed to an instrument pendant. See? On board. Hold on, Stan said and shook his head. He flipped 3 switches and turned the instrument on. 2 smacks in his hand and the monitor came back to life. What about now? Stan said.
Still
Newsom said in a sarcastic, petulant voice. I'm looking at the camera feed right now, Newsom, Stan responded. If it could show up on this glitchy piece of shit, you should see it too.
we're not getting a signal.
Carlton said, talking over the radio.
It should piggyback off the radio, but it isn't. Can you reboot the camera system?
Do we have to? Dormer asked. If we reboot the camera system, then we lose visual navigation other than the viewport, which is a very limited view. And by limited, I mean risky to rely on.
Risk is what you were paid for.
Newsom barked.
Let me handle this, please.
Carlton said, and cleared his throat.
I know how this stuff works, guys. You'll still have internal and external lights plus the viewport. It's not like you can
said. Not cool.
Sailors.
Carlton said with a scoff.
You lot are the most superstitious sons of bitches I've ever met.
You're a 10 on a ship, Stan said. That makes you a sailor too, dumbass.
No way.
Carlton
What's up, bros?
Gun for hire that happens to be hired onto a boat.
Mason said.
Learn the lingo, Carlton.
Stan and Dormer looked at each other.
Whatever.
Carlton responded.
Just reboot the camera system.
This is like the best guy in the game, so
Dormer raised an eyebrow at Stan. Stan
what's going on here? Oh, her.
Do it. Are you sure? Dormer asked. Very happy about this. You have a better feeling? Stan asked, completely serious. I don't know. Dormer answered. But I don't have a good feeling. Stan sighed and shook his head. We have to do it, Stan said. We may be recording to the Mercury's drive, but we still need the camera feed to go topside, just in case. Just in case, Dormer said. Got it. He reached down to a set of switches on his right. Rebooting camera system now. Dormer announced.
Ready on my end.
Carlton responded. Dormer flipped the switches down, and all monitors went blank. He counted to 30, then flipped the switches up. The monitors flashed a bright white, then slowly regained images of the submersible surroundings. Camera system is back online, Dormer said. How's it look up there?
Still nothing.
Carlton said.
Try it again. But let's go for a full 5 minutes instead of only 30 seconds.
5 minutes? Dormer exclaimed. Come on. We'll be fine, Stan said. Just do it. We've got a pretty nice view while we wait. Stan pointed at the viewport again, and a bit of the Lady Elephant they could see.
I want you to use downloads too.
Carlton said.
In case it's a transmission relay issue.
You'll crunch for 5 minutes? Stan asked. He frowned and looked at Dormer. Dormer shook his head excitedly. It's not possible.
I don't like it either.
Newsom cut in.
But we're at the goal line, boys. Let's do everything we can to get this down.
You owe me $20, Dormer said to Stan. Damn it, Newsom, Stan exclaimed. You said you'd stop with the football analogies. You just cost me 20.
Not my fault you made a stupid bet.
Newsom said.
Now reboot the cameras again with the comms too this time.
5 minutes? Dormer asked.
5 minutes.
Carlton said, trying to the conversation.
No sooner.
Red. Rebooting cameras and comms in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He flipped the previous switches down again, then flipped another set of switches down too. Submersible Mercury to the Jupiter. Dormer called in his headset. This is the submersible Mercury calling for the Jupiter. Come in. Over. There was no response. Comms are down, Dormer said. Starting countdown now. Rebooting cameras and comms in T-minus 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Copy that, Stan said. The two men sat down and stared out the viewport of the long-lost wreckage. Actually in there, Dormer asked, after a solid minute. No way to know, Stan said. But the last log by the sister ship said they pursued the
What's up, guys? How are you?
team's soul for nearly 6 days before they were
Nobody
able to catch
likes
up
what I
with
do.
Doesn't tell us much,
Oh well.
Dormer said. No, it doesn't. He agreed. But the Constantine soul apparently had been terrorizing this part of the Caribbean for months and had amassed a good amount of booty. Booty, Dormer said with a laugh. That word cracks me up. If the estimates are correct, then what's going to crack you up is in the ballpark of between $8 and $12 billion worth of gold and jewels, Dan said. That's why I average at $10 billion. Makes the math easier. 8 to 12 billion, Dormer replied. That's one hell of a ballpark. And we're about to get box seats, Dan said. The two men laughed. Screw Newsom and his football analogies, Dormer said. We've got the baseball analogies all sewed up. True, Stan said. Then he leaned forward and squinted as he peered through the viewport. Did you see that? See what? I'm not sure, Stan said. It's a big shadow. Feels good. Play the footage back so we can... No cameras, no footage. Son of a bitch, Stan growled. This is one reason I hate having the cameras down. Because of really big shadows, Dormer said. Because of really big shadows, Stan echoed. Dormer fiddled with a couple of dials and stared at the small round screen. Not seeing any significant sure that's what it is. Hold on. Now I'm picking up something. Really big? Stan asked.
Killing
Turning
it,
in his
bro.
seat so he could
Thank you
look
for the
over
likes,
his
guys.
shoulder at the sonar screen.
You could say hi. I'm a good guy to talk to, bro.
Dormer asked as he tried dialing in the signal a little better. Too large for a shark. At least the ones around here. Could be a bull shark, Dormer said. They can get that big. No, this looks bigger. Dormer responded. Bull sharks migrate north this time of year. Yeah, right. Dormer asked. That could be, Dan said. Except the shape is all wrong. It looked like a dinner plate on the sonar. This looks longer than wire. Well, Dormer suggested. That's definitely possible, Stan said. Maybe a sperm whale. They're in these waters all year round. At least the females and calves are. It looks about the size of a calf. If that's the case, then we need to watch our ass. Pissing off a mama sperm whale is not a good idea. She'll obliterate the mercury if she thinks we're a threat to her baby. Awesome, Dormer said. Guess we'll find out soon enough, because whatever it is coming straight for us. Well, shit, Stan said. Let's batten things down just in case. Batten what down? Dormer asked when he looked around. All we have are our water bottles and my sweatshirt. I still don't know why you bring that down with us, Dan said. It's not like we're going to get chilly in here. Good luck, sweatshirt, Dormer responded, and reached for the shirt where it hung over a round table set next to a small portal. I've never gone on a dive without it. It'll always come back. I don't think those two things are necessarily related, Stan said with a shrug. But a good luck charm is a good luck charm. I'm all about the luck, Dormer said, then checked the clock set to the instrument panel. Speaking of, we have less than 1 minute before we reboot comms and cameras. Will we get them back up before whatever that thing is reaches us? Stan asked. Is it? Gone is what it is, Dormer said, and leaned to the side, so Stan had a better view of the sonar screen. See? The unidentified swimming object is gone.
Yo, guys, make sure you like, smash the like button, do some other stuff. Oh, cool. I got a new character.
Stan said and nodded at the sonar. Did the big shadow break up into smaller shadows? Was it a school of something? If that's the case, it's a school of big somethings, Dormer said.
Let's see what other requisitions I get.
Oh well, I'd rather deal with a bunch of small things than one huge thing, I guess. Hang on to that, Dormer said. Switching online in 10, 9, 8. Just flip the switches, Stan said. No switches flipped before it's time, Dormer said. 4, 3, 2. The entire submersible shook hard, and Dormer was thrown into the instrument panel before he could flip a single switch. Stan gripped his seat's armrests, then leaned forward and craned his neck as he tried to see out of the viewport. What the fuck just hit us? Stan asked. I don't know. Fuck. Stan looked over and his eyes went wide. Fuck, you're bleeding bad, Stan said, and got up out of the seat. He had to stay headstrong and moving in a tight space, and it was hard to squeeze back open. But he got to the first aid kit fast and fainted off the wall. Must have been bad, Dormer said as he got his hand on his forehead. Yeah, good thing. Hold still and let me look at it. Don't hold me still, Dormer said. I know, it's a big risk. Stan didn't get to finish his sentence as something slammed into the mercury started inside him. He threw Stan to the floor, and he cried out as he felt a gum snap in his left wrist. Ah! He yelled, throwing over on his back, so he was off the wounded wrist. Doctor, you got it? Shit, Dormer muttered. Lights flashed, and a couple of sparks flitted from the main instrument panel. Stan pushed himself up into a sitting position with his good hand and frowned. Dormer was at the viewport, his bloody face pressed to the thick glass. Dormer? Stan asked. What is it? You won't believe this, Dormer said, looking back at Stan. Come look. Stan recoiled at the sight that Dormer's bloody face made in the flickering lights. Get back from there and sit your ass down, Stan said. We need to get comms up now. We're both hurt, and the mercury lurched to port hard and began to roll. Stan and Dormer were thrown this way and that as the submersible tumbled through the water. Hold on! Stan shouted, Then screamed in pain as his wrist collided with the hard surface. Stan didn't get to finish swearing as the mercury came to a sudden stop, tossing Stan hard against one of the instrument panels. The lights flickered, then went dark. When the red emergency lights came on, Stan realized he must have lost consciousness. But he also realized he was in a world of hurt, both literally and figuratively. Suddenly aware of his precarious situation, Stan braced himself the best he could. It wasn't easy considering the mercury was canted at an almost 60-degree angle, and he'd ended up at the aft end where the entrance hatch was. The hatch's wheel dug into Stan's back, and his wrist felt like hot iron. He knew if he even shifted a little bit, he'd fall to the front of the mercury. As far as Stan could tell, the only reason he hadn't fallen already was because his legs were jammed up against the edge of one of the instrument panels. If he moved his body at all one way or the other, then he'd tumble down the mercury and land directly on Dormer. Dormer, Stan mumbled. Stan's tongue felt heavy in his mouth, and he could feel warm wetness spilling down his chin. He must have bit his tongue during the tumble. He didn't feel much pain from it, but he was certain that pain would kick in eventually once all the other pains gave it room. Hey, Dormer, Stan called out. Dormer lay there in a heap up against the viewport. His head was turned at a weird angle, making it hard for Stan to see the man's face. Stan cleared his throat and then yelled, "Dormer!" The co-pilot didn't respond, and it was too dark for Stan to see if the man was even breathing or not. The red emergency light kept the pitch dark at bay, but didn't exactly provide the illumination needed to see details. "Dormer, wake up!" Stan shouted. The co-pilot stood up. "Shit!" Stan muttered as he studied the interior of the Mercury in order to assess what exact situation it was in. His eyes told him.
Hey, what's up? I remember you, Eddie. How are you?
"Hey, Dormer," Stan said up.
It's a, yes, it's a very big nightmare on my place.
Wake your ass up.
The co-pilot stayed silent.
We are running on emergency power.
Stan said.
Whatever hit us knocked out the motor. The batteries may be damaged, but there's no way to tell unless I can get the systems back up.
Stan turned his neck to see if he could move one of the instruments on the panel of his leg was jammed up against.
Oxygen is at 30%. It's not good. That means we lost some air in the collision.
One of Stan's shoes began to slide just a little. He eased his weight back and quit trying to read the instruments. His shoe stopped slipping, and Stan began to relax a little. Then he jolted as he saw something move just beyond Dormer. Something in the water just on the other side of the viewport. There was so little light, and the external floods had gone out, so Stan could barely make out anything. He wasn't sure if something was big or not. Was it the same something that had collided with the Mercury? He didn't know. Was it just some curious sea life? He didn't know. Was it another wreck? Again, he didn't know. Stan waited for the movement to repeat itself. He counted to 100, but the something didn't do it again. Okay, Stan muttered.
What else can I tell you, Dormer?
Stan waited, but there still wasn't any response from the crumpled body.
I can't stay here. I can tell you that.
Stan said.
I need to get the motors up and running and restore power. Then I need to get comms operational so I can call the Jupiter.
Stan climbed around at the point to get to the remote controls. He wasn't confident what he saw. While there were handholds built into the walls and ceiling of the Mercury, Stan was down one hand. Could he reach a handhold and keep himself from falling by using only his good hand? Maybe. He felt like hammered shit and knew he had a lot more injuries than just his wrist. Pain from various regions of his body was beginning to make himself known. Don't panic, Dan told himself, as a sharp stab of pain coming from the right side.
I got my butt
down
kicked.
his lower back.
Hey, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see you. You watched my live stream before? I think I've seen it.
He said,
Okay, Abby. Thank you for coming in.
How about you, Dormer?
Sorry, I didn't see you on there.
Dormer still did not respond. There was movement again outside the viewport, and Stan's blood ran cold.
I got my butt kicked, bro.
He thought whatever was out there was huge. He could easily tell because the thing was the size of a person and had a person's face. No, Stan said, and rolled his head on his neck.
I've got to open my crate.
That's all. I got knocked out. Now I'm seeing shit.
Stan nearly screamed, knock rang out from the outside of the entrance hatch.
And, hearing shit.
too, Stan continued. Perfectly normal when dealing with a head injury that resulted in a loss of consciousness. Taking a deep breath and holding it, Stan waited for the sound to repeat itself. Nothing in his eyes.
It's a new character.
Was actually inside part of the ship. There he was, wedged up against it. Probably a hunk of wood. The bucket came again. Twice. In perfect rhythm, as if someone was at the front door. Nobody home, Stan whispered, then almost started to laugh. He clamped his good hand over his mouth to hold in the sudden, uncontrollable giggle that burst up out his throat. He almost lost his balance and fell down the dormer. Stan quickly braced himself again with his good hand. Stan began to count. After counting to 200, Stan took a deep breath, then leaned back and pressed his ear against the hatch. The metal was freezing cold and stung the already tender skin of Stan's ear, but he didn't pull away. He kept the ear pressed against the hatch and listened with all his concentration. Stan screamed when he heard the knocking again. Not because it erupted right by his ear, but because it didn't. It came from the viewport down under dormer. Then Stan started to laugh. What was he thinking? That Jupiter sent rescue divers down for them? Of course they did. Stan had been knocked down and must have lost his sense of time. He and Dormer had probably been down for hours. That would explain the 30% oxygen level. Hey! Stan shouted. Hey! I'm here! We're alive in here! Stan wasn't exactly sure if that was true. He was alive, obviously, but he still hadn't confirmed Dormer's status. The man hadn't moved a millimeter since Stan had woken up. The knocking came again from the viewport. 3 knocks that time. Yeah, we're in here, Stan yelled. But we're both injured. You need to attach the tether to the... Stan shut up instantly as the knocking went from a rhythmic rap of 3 knocks to a sudden flurry of pounding. And silence. What the hell? Stan mumbled. He cleared his throat and elaborated on his mumble. What the fucking hell, man? Stop fucking around and attach the tether. Get us the fuck out of here. The wheel against Stan's back twitched. Stan swallowed hard and looked over his shoulder. He couldn't see the hatch from that angle, but he could still feel it. It twitched some more. Then horror filled Stan as the wheel began to turn. Hey! Fuck! Stop! Stan screamed. Everything moved quickly all at once. Stan pushed up with his legs and then spun himself around. He grabbed the wheel with both hands, then screamed again as his wrist became nothing but a heavy mass of molten pain. That pain woke up the rest of his pain, and places he hadn't felt earlier suddenly came alive, plunging Stan into pure agony. The wheel kept turning. Stop it! Stan yelled. Stop turning the wheel! The wheel did not stop turning. Stan used all of his strength, but his wrist kept betraying him, and he lost his grip over and over. He looked around, desperate for a solution. If that hatch opened, the mercury would fill with seawater in a matter of seconds. Stan would drown in a couple of minutes. There! Resting against the seat was the gripboard Dormer had been using earlier. If Stan could get to the gripboard, he could use it to wedge in the spokes of the wheel and stop it from turning. That meant moving, which really meant falling. And falling meant getting back up. Last part was the factor Stan wasn't sure he could overcome. Except he had no choice. Stan did some quick calculations, then let himself fall down to the seats below. He hit hard and cried out, but nothing else broke, and the pain wasn't any worse than before. Got it, Stan said as he picked up the clipboard and put it between his teeth so he had his good hand free. Then he started to climb. But it didn't matter. To Stan's horror, the wheel kept suddenly turning until there was a loud clanking. No! Stan screamed, just as water began to seep in around the hatch's edges. No! Stop! The water didn't stop. It came rushing in, filling the mercury in seconds of Stan's...
See, what kind of requisition did I get, bro?
Before he was completely submerged. With his lungs already burning and his body pressed up against the seats, Stan stared in horror as several faces appeared outside the hatch. Beautiful faces, scarred faces, old faces, angry faces, rotten faces. Not the leader, one of the faces said, in and somehow slammed the hatch closed, despite the resistance the water could have made. The hatch's wheels spun and locked just as Stan's lungs could hold on no longer. The used air exploded from Stan's mouth and was quickly replaced by seawater. Seconds later, Stan's lifeless body floated about the Mercury, bumping into instrument panels before finally settling down with Dormer against the vehicle. Dormer came to and tried to figure out what had happened. The inside of the Mercury was bathed in red emergency light, but he could see that the Mercury was at a steep angle. There was something. The tapping noise got Dormer's attention, and he realized it was jammed up against the forward viewport. The tapping noise was coming from just outside the glass. "Jesus Christ!" he exclaimed, as he tried to push away from the viewport and the bone-like face looking in at him. Dormer screamed as pain erupted from both his legs. He looked down and saw that he had a bone sticking out of his left thigh and a bone sticking out of his right shin. "Oh, no, no, no!" Dormer said. "Stan!" The tapping stopped, and the face disappeared. Dormer struggled to get himself away from the viewport, and finally managed to wedge himself against the backs of the seats. It wasn't the distance he wanted, but it was better than staring directly at him. Well, Dormer wasn't sure. "Stan?" Dormer asked, when he was settled enough that the pain in his legs became only a dull throb instead of stabbing agony. That's when Dormer saw Stan. "Oh, shit," Dormer whispered. Stan was above him, jammed up against the main hatch and an instrument panel. The man's left arm was twisted in the hatch's wheel and looked like it was broken in several places, but that was far from the worst of it. With his mouth wide open, Dormer could see that Stan had bitten off his tongue. Blood was still dripping from his ragged stomach. Dormer gulped and looked about the Mercury. There, sitting on the footboard, which was resting against the pilot seat, was Stan's tongue. Twitched. Dormer screamed. His instinct was to scramble away and put as much distance between himself and the severed tongue as he could. The crushing pain that erupted from both of his legs helped Dormer in place. The tongue twitched again and began to curl and bend. "Not the fucking way!" The tongue bent and extended, bent and extended. It was working its way toward Dormer's right leg. A loud creak and squeal of metal came from above, and Dormer didn't know what to do. He could look and see what was happening over him, but he also couldn't take his eyes off the moving tongue. A wicked, half-insane laugh bubbled up out of Dormer's throat at the thought that he was even dealing with a moving tongue. Then a pained sob followed, and Dormer had to bite his own tongue to keep from completely breaking down. The squeal of metal grew louder, and Dormer finally looked up. Stan's body was hanging over him, no longer jammed against the instrument panel. It was moving. "Stan?" Dormer called. Then Dormer realized why Stan's body was moving. The man's arm was twisted in the hatch's wheel, and the hatch's wheel was slowly turning. "No! Stop!" Dormer yelled. The face he'd seen earlier must have been divers coming to rescue him. That made sense. But why were they trying to open the hatch? The Mercury would fill with water in seconds. He and Stan would drown in minutes. Not that Dormer thought Stan was still among the living. The way his body slowly spun like a rag doll as the hatch would turn, both Dormer and Stan would be rescued. But Dormer wasn't. "Hey! Stop! I'm still alive in here!" The wheel paused. Dormer let out a low sigh. Then a cacophonous banging filled the Mercury, and Dormer clapped his hands over his ears. Above him, Stan's body jerked and swung, gaining in momentum until it finally, and literally, broke free from the wheel and fell straight at Dormer. Dormer screamed like he'd never screamed before, as Stan's body collided with him, landing directly on Dormer's legs. "Oh, God! Get off! Get off!" Dormer said, and tried to shove Stan away. But with every movement came a wave of fresh pain, and Dormer had to stop so he didn't pass out. Above him, metal squealed once more. "No! Stop!" Dormer screeched over and over until his throat was raw and couldn't produce another word. The wheel above continued to turn and turn and turn. When the water seeped around the hatch's edges, the young man could only wait and sob. Stan's body draped over his broken legs. Soon seawater was pouring into the Mercury, and Dormer knew it had only been enough to be his face, and it was nothing. hatch above swung all the way open, and the mercury was completely filled with water. As Dormer held his last breath, he stared in horror at the many faces that peered down at him. Bearded faces, scarred faces, old faces, angry faces, laughing faces. Not real, black faces said, then somehow slammed the hatch closed. The wheel spun and locked, just as Dormer's lungs could hold in the spent air no longer. A mass of bubbles exploded from Dormer's mouth, and it was quickly replaced by seawater. He blinked once, then twice, and never again. With Stan's lifeless body pressed against him, Dormer's body stayed where it was, the backs of the padded seats his final resting place.
Why haven't the comms come back up yet, goddammit?
Newsom snapped at Carlton as the two men stood on the bridge of the Jupiter. Fit and lean, the man was in his late 30s and looked like he just walked out of a golf club. He was dressed in a polo shirt, khakis, and even had a visor on. Definitely not sailor attire.
I don't know. Carlton replied. Maybe they shorted out during the reboot. Or maybe something happened down there.
Carlton was about the same age as Newsom, but pudgy and pale. He scratched at his chin where the beard he'd been trying to grow for the past 70 days barely existed. His chin and cheeks were mostly dotted with the occasional patch of short stubble.
Or maybe something happened down there.
Newsom muttered.
I don't give a fuck about some things. Give me answers, dipshit.
What else? Carlton replied and sat down in front of the laptop.
I'll do what I can. You'll do nothing.
Newsom said.
Or we can rethink your share.
You plan on giving me more? Carlton asked, without looking away from the laptop.
You fucking fish.
Newsom replied.
You'll be lucky to get anything if you don't get the comms and cameras back up. Hey, Newsom.
Jackson, one of the ship's mates, called out from the other side of the bridge. Mid-20s, Jackson had a mean look to him that wasn't softened by his personality.
You want to see this? Mr. Newsom.
Newsom said.
Sorry.
Jackson said, not saying he's sorry at all.
Hey, Mr. fucking Newsom. You want to see this? Jackson.
Newsom replied, and left the comm station and walked over to Jackson at the radar and sonar station.
What is it? I don't know.
Jackson said.
That's why I want you to have a look. You were hired for your expertise, Jackson.
Newsom said.
Expertise means you have answers. Just hold this fucking screen, will you?
Jackson responded.
Mr. Newsom.
Newsom snorted, then stared at the sonar screen and frowned.
Is that the Mercury?
Newsom asked, pointing at things on the screen.
Yeah.
Jackson.
I see the Lady Elliot.
Newsom asked.
We should see that too. We should, yeah. That's not what I'm looking at.
Jackson said.
I'm looking at what's around the Mercury. You see what I'm talking about? I don't know.
Newsom said, squinting at the screen.
Looks like a fish. That's what I thought at first. Except they're a little big for fish.
Jackson said.
There are plenty of fish that size in these waters.
Newsom said.
It's the tropics. Just wait.
Jackson said.
You'll see it. Wait for... Oh, shit. What the hell just happened?
Newsom explained.
The fish. That's what they are. Did this before.
Jackson said and tapped the screen.
They suddenly spool and then surround the Mercury. This is the third time they've done it. It's like they're attacking the sub.
Newsom said.
Fish don't usually do that. I mean, that's fucking weird, right? Yeah, it's weird. What's also weird is that fish that size don't school.
Jackson said.
That definitely doesn't happen in these waters. Am I wrong, or do those shapes look like the size of people?
Newsom asked.
They kinda do.
Jackson answered.
Bob,
Newsom shouted.
we got claim jumpers! This isn't a gold mine,
Jackson said.
and maritime law states that a salvage can't be claimed until... I know what the fucking maritime law is.
Newsom snapped.
Still nothing.
Carlton said as he joined Newsom and Jackson by the sonar station.
Hey, where's the ship? Sub or submersible.
Newsom corrected.
That's what it's called, as I have been reminded too many fucking times. No, I mean the ship.
Carlton said. He nodded at the screen.
Didn't they say they found it? The Lady Elliot? We already noticed that, Carlton.
Newsom said slowly. He was talking to Newsom.
So, where is it?
same type of condescending voice.
Shit! Where'd they go?
Jackson asked. Carlton asked.
The fish, the shapes, whatever they were. The thing's going after the Mercury.
Jackson said.
The thing's going after the Mercury?
Carlton asked and took a step back.
What does that even mean? Claim jumpers.
Newsom smiled.
Is that even a thing in the water?
Carlton asked.
Aren't they called something else? Pirates.
Jackson said as he fiddled with the sunlight controls. Then he threw up his hands.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I've adjusted the settings and still nothing. Here's me. Like the Lady Elliot.
Carlton said.
Spooky. The Lady Elliot never showed up on the sonar.
Jackson said.
We only have Stan and Dormer's word that they found it. A little spooky.
Carlton said.
Guys.
Newsom snapped, then rubbed his forehead as he stared at the screen.
Fuck this. This is no longer a discovery. I'm calling it Menendez. Yeah, good idea. Time to rescue him. Rescue? What are you talking about?
Newsom asked.
Stan and Dormer?
Carlton said.
Screw those guys.
Newsom said as he pulled a radio from his belt.
They knew the risk.
Carlton shook his head and went back to his work.
Menendez, come in.
Newsom said, pressing the radio button. Then he let go of the radio button and waited.
Menendez here.
The voice responded.
We need your team to go down and take a look at the Mercury.
Newsom said and closed his eyes.
We have clean jumpers.
Jackson said under his breath.
And we should also rescue Stan and Dormer.
Carlton said.
And I think they're just called thieves. Will you two shut up?
Newsom barked.
Did you hear me, Menendez? I heard you.
Menendez responded.
I'll suit up immediately.
Newsom placed the radio back on his belt and stared out at the bridge at the clear blue waters of the Caribbean.
Say a prayer, boys.
Newsom finally said, as he saw Menendez and his team prep for the rescue dive down the ship's deck.
We got a lot of writing on this.
The Stanley Dormer? Carlton asked with a sneer. Newsom said. 30 minutes later, the bridge crew were staring at footage coming from Menendez's team's cameras. His diving mask, structures, and rocket for comms.
It looks like it got knocked around and is rusting up against the Lady Elliot. Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Newsom responded, shooting a confused look at Jackson.
Are you saying you can see the Lady Elliot? Yeah, I see it right here.
Menendez said.
Let me try for a better angle.
The screen showing Menendez's camera shifted and was filled with a partial view of the Mercury resting up against the wreckage of the Lady Elliot.
The sonar isn't picking that up. Hey, there's something on the side of the Mercury.
Menendez reported.
We're going in closer. Any sign of claim jumpers?
Newsom asked.
Pirates.
Jackson said.
Thieves.
Carlton chimed in.
Shut up.
Newsom snapped at them and said it to the radio.
Watch your backs. That's the plan.
Menendez said. The bridge crew watched the multiple camera feeds as the team dove closer and closer to the Mercury and the wreckage it rested against.
Stop! What was that?
Newsom called.
Who had that angle? Dixon? Is that your camera? Go back.
The camera marked Dixon slowed, then adjusted its angle.
Holy crap! Is that writing?
Newsom asked. The image from the camera picked up deep gouges in the side of the Mercury.
See?
Newsom yelled.
Flame jumpers!
The deep gouges made up 3 words. Not for you, in barely legible script.
Hold on.
Menendez said.
I'm approaching the viewport now. I'm going to take a look inside.
The image from Menendez's camera grew closer and closer to the front of the Mercury, then changed angle as Menendez swiveled his body so he could see inside the viewport.
Emergency lights are on.
He reported.
And I see Stan and Dormer.
There was a pause.
They're dead for sure.
Menendez said.
How do you know?
Newsom asked, unsure he wanted the answer.
The sub is filled with water.
Menendez said.
The hatch is closed, but the Mercury is definitely filled with water. I can see Stan's and Dormer's heads still floating in there. Hold on. Let me get a better look. Hurry it up.
Newsom said.
We need to stay clean of this salvage right away. Fuck those plane jumpers.
Then he jabbed fingers at Jackson and Carlton.
Don't fucking say it.
Menendez said.
It looks like they were fighting. They had their hands
Menendez yelled.
Report! Menendez!
Newsom called over the radio.
What's happening? Hold on!
Menendez snapped.
Who are you?
Another diver screamed. Another cried.
Team, report!
Menendez shouted. The image from his camera was chaos as the man moved about the water.
Everyone, come in, now!
Then the comms were filled with nothing but screams, followed by an eerie silence as the water in every image from the diver's camera started to flood. Newsom called it. The silence persisted.
Dixon, Williams, Morgan, Knox.
Only silence. Then the radio exploded with static and a raspy voice croaked.
Not for you.
All of the camera screens went black. The bridge crew stood there, stunned. Finally, Newsom shuddered and looked at Carlton.
I'm calling the Coast Guard.
Carlton said.
We're letting you go.
Newsom said.
If we don't call this in, then we will be breaking so many maritime laws that will automatically misclaim the lady area for sure.
Newsom fumed silently for a moment, then pounded his fists against his legs.
Is that something you call?
Carlton asked.
Yes.
Newsom said quietly.
Call the damn Coast Guard.
Coast Guard Commander John Phillips stood on the Jupiter's deck and listened patiently to Newsom's explanation of events. Phillips was a tall man and built like the ship he commanded. He looked down at Newsom, his contempt for the man barely concealed. It was the third time he had Newsom go through about.
That's quite a story, Captain.
Phillips said.
No, like I said before, I'm not a captain.
Newsom said.
I'm project lead. We have a different organizational structure on the Jupiter. We're modeled more after Silicon Valley's, and like I said before, I don't fucking care.
Phillips said.
In the future, you might want to model your organizational structure after centuries of maritime law and tradition. May help avoid all of this. I don't think titles and hierarchy can avoid what happened.
Newsom responded.
Except, we don't really know what happened, do we?
Phillips asked.
I just told you.
Newsom said.
3 fucking times.
Yes,
You told me quite the story.
Phillips said and grinned.
3 fucking times. But that story is just a story, and does not tell us what actually happened.
Someone from the aft end of the ship called out, and Phillips walked away from Newsom, forcing the project lead to hustle to catch up. When they reached the aft end of the ship, both men watched as the Mercury was loaded up onto its platform by a large crane.
It's filled with water, Commander,
An ensign yelled up at Phillips and Newsom.
and we can see 2 bodies inside. Did you find any other bodies?
Newsom yelled down.
Dynamite? Not yet.
The ensign said.
Crack it open, Ensign.
Phillips ordered.
Try to do it without damaging the sub, please.
Newsom said.
That sub was a sizable investment.
The ensign frowned at Commander Phillips.
Just break it open.
Phillips said, ignoring the glare he received from Newsom. It wasn't hard to get the Mercury's hatch open. With all the pressure from the seawater inside, it was more about getting out of the way of the hatch when it swung open than trying to pry it open. 2 ensigns stepped into the submersible. One of them called from inside the sub. 2 more ensigns squeezed into the space. When all 4 reappeared, they had Stan's enormous body in their arms. They set the corpses on the platform, and everyone on the upper deck would stand. Like Menendez had said, the 2 men had their hands around each other's throats, but that wasn't what stunned everyone. The men were also naked, and carved into their backs were the words, "Not for you."
Christ almighty.
Phillips said.
Do you believe me now?
Newsom said.
There were flame jumpers down there. They must have done that. Commander,
An ensign called from the far side of the Mercury, the side facing west on the upper deck.
we got the same words carved into the sub's hull. How about now?
Newsom asked.
I insist the Coast Guard hunt these murdering thieves down.
You don't insist on shit, Phillips said.
But, Commander, you have to...
Newsom stopped.
I don't have to do anything except to remind you how it's laid out by the United States of America.
Phillips said.
Please remember that. Commander!
The seaman shouted from behind the 2 men. Phillips and Newsom turned to see sailors from both the Coast Guard vessel and the Jupiter standing over the
America?
Newsom asked Phillips as the two men joined the others and stared down at the water. Floating face down was Menendez's diving team. Their suits had been stripped off their bodies and carved into each of their actual words. Newsom whispered.
Same as the Mercury. And same as Stan and Dormer. I can see that.
Phillips said. Then he turned and faced Newsom.
You never found the Lady Elliot. Excuse me?
Newsom.
But we did. Footage from Menendez is... We'll be confiscating all the footage,
Phillips stated.
without that evidence. You can identify
Got it, bro. Hey, thanks for the likes.
get you, your group, and this shit out of here. You can't do.
Newsom started to protest.
Let me make this very clear. Not a captain.
Phillips interrupted and got in very close to Newsom.
I have been in these waters for over a decade. I have experienced a lot.
He paused and licked his lips.
Sometimes you let things go and never revisit them. This is one of those things. But I have you bastards who have spent millions looking for.
Newsom said and stopped when Phillips scanned a finger in his face.
When the waters tell you it's not for you, then that means it is not for you.
Phillips growled.
Or do you need more signs? More dead shipmates?
Newsom didn't say a word. He only grinned with a murmur.
I promise you this ship and everything else is part of my investigation.
Phillips said.
Do you really not a captain?
Newsom sighed and shook his head.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll shut things down right away.
Phillips said, then turned and walked out as he shouted orders to his people. There was a knock at Newsom's door later that night.
Go ahead.
Newsom called from a small desk in the corner of his cabin. Jackson walked in, closed the door, and held out his hand.
What's that?
Newsom asked.
The gold coin.
Jackson said.
Turner picked it up without the Coast Guard seeing it. Where did he find it?
Newsom asked, a little hope in his voice.
It fell out of Menendez's mouth.
Jackson said.
I think it came from Lady Elliot. That must have been what Menendez was talking about over the radio.
Newsom said.
What's up, bro?
How did it end up in his mouth?
Jackson shrugged.
Let me see it.
Newsom said and held out his hand. Jackson crossed over to him and set the old coin in Newsom's palm. The project lead studied it for a minute, then looked up at Jackson and smiled.
The Coast Guard may have taken our footage, but this is a million times better than footage.
Newsom said, his smile widening.
That's what I was thinking.
Jackson said.
Who else knows about this?
Newsom asked.
Only Turner.
Jackson said with a laugh.
And that old coot was about to toss it off the ship. He was saying something about it being cursed. What moron.
Newsom responded.
This is our ticket back in. We can establish a claim with this. Fuck what the Coast Guard said. The Lady Elliot is ours. That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Jackson replied.
We're back in business, baby. Back in business.
Newsom then cupped the coin and stood up.
I want all remaining tires on the top deck immediately.
Tonight? Jackson asked.
We need them down there so the claim is documented in law.
Newsom said.
You sure we shouldn't wait until tomorrow?
Jackson asked.
In the daytime? And let the claim jumpers get there first?
Newsom replied.
Fuck that. We got it tonight. Then we all become very rich men.
The Coast Guard cut to the Jupiter. Commander Phillips stood on the bridge and waited for the report from the security team he'd sent over.
I told them to leave.
Phillips said. The crew on the bridge were used to using their loud, so no one responded.
If they're lucky, they...
Commander,
Voice called over the radio.
we found the crew down in the cargo hold.
All of them? Phillips asked.
Yes.
Voice said.
And,
Out with it, Master Chief.
Phillips ordered.
they all
The Master Chief.
killed each other.
Phillips sighed and rubbed his forehead.
Are they naked? Do they have words carved in codex?
Phillips asked. The bridge crew held their collective breath as they waited.
Yes.
The Master Chief answered after a few seconds.
I've never seen anything like this.
Phillips sighed. He took a deep breath and clapped his hands.
I like people. We know what to do.
He announced to the bridge crew.
Prepare the tow line and let's get us and that ship as far away from these coordinates as possible.
Only no one asked why. The bridge crew sprung into action as Commander Phillips sat down in his chair. Idiots. Ever said they never. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and check out some more of my episodes here.
Ah.
I stare around at the slight, rolling hills that I once hated when I first arrived at this flyover state. I don't hate them, resent them anymore. To me, they are beauty incarnate. The symbol of what this country was before it all went to shit. The grass waves in the wind, just like the many songs written about it. Are they amber waves of rain? I'm not a farmer. I don't know a thing about agriculture, which proved to be an issue when I took the job, since the majority of our residents had some sort of connection to the dirt before they grew up into peaceful neighbors. But what I do know is grain or grass, or whatever that is out there, shouldn't be that color. Amber red, not brownish black, slowly dying before everyone's eyes. Just like a peaceful ignorance. It's an awful name, but it was set well before the company bought the place. The execs figured it would turn off locals if we changed it. The company knows like a brand. They come in, buy up a failing adult care living facility, throw a very small amount of cash at it, and then do some $1,000 marketing and plans. It's been a solid strategy for the company for years before they went to shit. A hawk circles in the clear blue sky, which won't be clear for much longer. Slowly echoing around, hunting for something. I can hear the birds cry in my mind, and I close my eyes, savoring the thought. It's pleasant. Something in short supply these days. My phone chimes as I look down, still surprised by cell signals. 411, see shovel immediately. I'm sorry and start to put my phone on, but pause to check my messages. No responses. I haven't been able to get through to my family in weeks. Though morning either the west or east coast is picking up anymore. Even if they physically still can, I doubt the cellular towers are working out there. Not after what happened. But I keep checking anyway. It ain't no storm. Startled from my thoughts and belief, I come to my office door and see Mr. Phillips on his wheelchair, parked just outside of me. No, Mr. It's easy. He doesn't buy the suit. Why are you still here? The octogenarian asks. You don't need to be here anymore. Fair off. Go try to find clothes. Brother and family live together. My sister and her kids are living slow. But the space standing in the steps. He says no. I forgot. Sorry. It's all right. I appreciate it. But the game slips weird these days. I can only imagine if it was for me. He waits there in the hallway. Come on in. Got something on your mind? Not really. Now, it can mean all sorts of stuff. But Glenda's coming rations again. He says it's a big deal. While I can't get peace for me back when I had my car, I still gotta have at least a amount for someone to fill up. That sort of person. I understand. We're running low on everything. I'm trying to make it last until we can get some more supplies. You're the one who told her to cut the rations. I did. I said, you know, blame me, not Glenda. turns to the left. Probably headed to the lounge to watch a DVD with a few residents left. There's no live TV, radio, or even streaming anymore. All of those services finally went off. On the 8th,
I have some promises.
call out.
Just a little kindness.
A little kindness. It's what we all need. But as far as I've seen, the world is all out. I reflexively turned to my computer, ready to go through the dozens of reports I had to submit. 2 weeks of input. No interviews, no updates to the spreadsheets, no compliance forms, and the P&L statements and all that old bureaucracy that used to be so enmeshed in. And even if there was internet, it's not like there's anyone to send reports and statements and phones to anymore. New York is gone. Gone. Can I still use the computer to keep track of inventory and shift assignments? I can, yeah. We have so little of both that my spiral pocket mirror works just fine. I pull it out of my shirt pocket, flip it open to the last tab. And there it is. 13 residents. 8 staff members. 15 days of propane for the generator. Another 7 days when I switched to the little diesel. And 7 days of rations. I stopped buying at the pharmacy. The meds we have are distributed into each room that needs them. Some of the residents need the same meds, of course, so their supply is less than the rest. The painkillers and opiates I have locked away in the medicine. Not for my personal use, but because at some point, either the staff or the residents, someone will realize the pills are not easily to escape what is happening. And while I am not against people making their own choices regarding their fate, I'm not ready to go yet, so I don't want to be the last one here on the suicides. It's selfish, yeah. It's control, for sure. But I'm the administrator of Peaceful Acres, and there are liberties I feel I can take. Hiding the hard drugs is one of those liberties. A knock at my door frame brings my eyes up from the sad news in my pocket notebook. Hey, Melissa. I say as I see our head nurse standing there. Our only nurse, if I'm being honest. Like me, Melissa isn't from this area. She came in from Chicago about 2 years before I arrived. And its fate was just as bad as New York's. Can you tell me? Melissa asks, then steps into my office and shuts the door. I suppose so, I say, and gesture at the chair in front of my desk. Have a seat. She does and lets out a long, exhausted sigh as her butt settles into the seat cushion. Mrs. Jansen isn't going to be much longer, she says and looks up at the ceiling. Melissa is a lovely woman, and I wish we'd had more time to get to know her. I don't condone workplace romances, but this is a very small town, and city folk like her and I are rare around here. How long are we looking at? 2 days, maybe, she states, and looks back at me. Her eyes are rimmed with red and something in her sleep, an affliction we all face. But her gaze is clear and focused. We have to make a decision before that now. I say. She looks at my phone and her pocket notebook. It can be on you all you want. She says and leans forward, resting her elbows on her desk. There's two things driving us forward now. Numbers and figures. The latter we can control. The former we can't. And in the end, you can't eat willpower. That's life, I say and laugh. Melissa doesn't laugh with me. What did Dr. Burke say when you talked to me? She asks. My eyes flit to the side, avoiding hers as I put the pocket notebook away. Toby, she snaps. You haven't spoken to him yet? Not exactly a subject I want to broach, I reply. I'm working up to it. Well, you better hurry because fractions are going. Was that your order? You can't hold off the inevitable. I say inside. Then I do look in her eyes, and we hold our gaze for several minutes. All right, she says inside. I understand. It's a huge choice. But Dr. Burke, ASAP, will you? If we do go forward, then timing will be everything.
the skills or not isn't the issue. Can she do it? Probably. Will she do it? I have no idea. Talk to Dr. You see if she walks in.
This might seem a little off. I don't usually shake hands. At least not with a minor. Not minor. Usually demands some serious. Yes. Sometimes it's bad when the truth is hidden away from the masses. Nobody wants mass hysteria. The virus is already driving people nuts. Suppose. Take what I say here as you. But don't start thinking this in the world. Let's see, listen to me. Know that as far as I know, and I barely know these things, the apocalypse isn't coming. So, here goes nothing. I am a demon hunter. Yeah, an actual demon hunter. Yes, demons exist. Not in the sense that they're evil spirits or fallen angels. No, but these two exist. Demons are something else. Something old. And I'll be frank. I don't know how to describe it. I guess we can look at the definition of a Jew and his liquor and switch creatures of fires with parasitic worms that let infested and turning them into murderous and sexually violent time criminals. They came before us. Long before us. They have their own world. Or rather, a plane of existence. Hunting them is quite easy if you know what to look for. Trust me. They stick out like sore thumbs. Something between a human and a squid-shaped abomination. And sure, a feeling for you or something. They just infest others and hence their natural abilities and attributes. And create non-malignant atoms that look like a package with tentacles, weapons, and phallic objects and obvious reasons. I'd probably avoid sharing too many details, but I've seen buildings filled with demon-infested orgies. It ain't as pleasant as it sounds, especially the smell. It's like sulfur. Which is ironic, given the fact that these things are lethally allergic to. And to the point that they will begin to melt and incinerate if you inject them with sulfur. Simple as that. Nothing on the smell bothers you. Well, nothing available to individuals. I haven't tried these, so I don't know about that. Any injury doesn't involve sulfuric ingestion is usually healed in months. These things are hard to kill. A good thing my family's been in this business for generations. I've been doing this thing for the better part of 2 decades now. It pays off especially since the church employs me. They pay good money to get rid of servants of the devil. But the saddest part is that victims never get saved. Once you're infested, you either live with it until the pesticide it uses and you die, or the host that gets killed by someone like me. To pull the creature out of old time, they usually entangle themselves, killing vital organs to avoid extraction. I tried. I ended up in a movie where 4 minutes of all that nasty trip long out of the film early in my career. I couldn't sleep for days after that. The image of the kid screaming in his lips was forever, as I ate more and more of his guts, along with the meat, wouldn't leave my hand. I'd never seen this much before. I remember I kept washing my hands over and over, as if the line from this kid's stomach was still secret all over. This isn't an easy job. I save humanity, so to speak. But I don't save individuals. When I get the job, everyone inside is already involved. That sort of progress I take this as the same person. What am I doing how much I do? It started off as a usual class. I was given a week trip to and promised the son if I returned successful. That's how I what if I told you to go to my home? Then I had to be around back to a successful and in need of some cool years. So, I was given the cool years in the middle of the big house and headed outside. I woke up. It's basic. Nobody to blame but myself in case of somebody else. As I mentioned, I've been up guilt on my own. 5 hours later, I was at my destination. I parked the car near the miles away from home. Then I got straight to the line of you to head out on. As I was leading towards them, I noticed something peculiar. There was a smoking it's not something that you and they don't fly. So it's really pointless to have holes in the ceiling here. As I'm caught up in thoughts staring at this abnormal fire, a bright explosion of light emanates from inside the bar. It was so bright, in fact, that it hurt my eyes. But that was a noticeable distance away. My instincts kicked in as the light started dying out, going from pure white to a dull red. I ran into the bar. I went through the door in front of us. Not because I wanted to, but because the smell of burning was far too strong to handle, and the feeling of the smell was covering everything in the bar, not in my vision. And the bars took 2 things. And was one. She was clearly infested, driven by the blood, twitching and hissing in between her legs. The man just stood there. I wanted to call out to him and stop myself, but I noticed the source of the foul blood smell. A charred horse. It looked like a cold caricature of a human. The smoke dissipated completely. And that's when I noticed them all. About a dozen or so charred corpses thrown around the bar in various awkward angles. I cocked my head and chuckled and screaming at them to get the hell out. I was cracked, and I sounded like an alien voice. My heart was beating like crazy. Something was wrong. Something was worse than it should have been. The man in turn just smiled at me before saying, "It's still alive. It's inside." I was trying to scream at him and scream, but what he did next perplexed me. It scared the living hell out of me. You see, the man made a finger with his hand, pointed it at the infested hole, and a bright spark appeared in his eyes for a millisecond, and he did a mock shooting movement with his finger. Brains flew out the back of the woman's head. Her head crumpled to the ground, and her insides caught fire. I think the worm between her legs caught fire for sure. It just let out the most ungodly sounds of angel. Reminiscent of spirits of the milk being dragged across a board turned up to 100. I told you this job wasn't for the faint of heart. Very increasingly more confused and afraid by the moment. It's been high. As he lowered his head, as the images of what transpired kept repeating over and over on high speed again, I could only bring myself to do one thing. I looked at the moon, swallowed my saliva, and asked, "What the hell are you?" I didn't see the answer coming. And you, I'm the devil. No one responded. I sent a gleeful ring in his face. I shot it without thinking. As he said, my first reaction was screaming as I pulled the trigger. He was barely even aimed when the bullet hit his heart. But nothing came of it. He looked down while his grin remained. Ah, I cut him off over the side. This one to his head. Blood filled the air around his face. He broke. The hole in his head began to close itself up. Whoa! The man remarked. I wasn't listening. I was ready to shoot another bullet into his face. It won't stop racing that precious little lead. I shot him again. This time his eyes shaded with that bright sparkle. I felt the heat roll up in my hands. In a moment's notice, the rifle was turning red with heat, forcing me to drop it to the ground. I told it drove to the ground. Why don't you listen? The Russian. My hands were burning with pain, and my head was racing. This guy, this thing, it made no sense. It sounds ironic now that I'm surprised by something we didn't spread out against the nothing. But that's what it is. I didn't know what to do. I was beginning to play Escape from the War, but the game just stood me. Still, with a ring all over his face. What's wrong? But I guess I can count for more than my nose. Slowly getting lost. I bolted. I didn't know what this thing was. It was certainly a very awkward for me to do because I had no chance to find the system. I had to get out there and I learned how to do hunters about this beast. I had a very conversation with him. I thought myself. I couldn't move at all. Fear. No, it's a scary thing. I felt everything grow sharper. Every sight, sound, and smell became more accurate, along with an ever-growing feeling of hopelessness. I tried screaming, but no sound came. Every muscle in my body was stirring. I could focus on the blue frame of the door in front of me. So close, yet so far away from my freedom. Consider this a parent's duty, monkey. I heard. As a bright light emanated from the room, penetrating my wrist I felt my body leave the ground. I didn't even have time to think before I found myself being pressed head first into the door beyond it. A bright white light devoured my whole body. It turned out to be wonderfully pleasant. I almost let my go and allowed myself to relax in the comfort of this movement. Before I could actually I felt myself crashing to the ground. My whole body hurt. Nothing to it, but it was a noticeable fall. I grabbed some rope with the knife and tried to get up from the ground. The first thing I noticed was the awful smell of it. It was like sticking edge and nervous. My nostrils felt like they were being sharpened and surging hard. I rolled to my back and then again onto my stomach, dragging in discomfort from the ungodly smell. The hellish smell accompanied an equally disturbing feeling. Once I opened my eyes, my heart sank. I could feel my blood pressure rising. I was sure I was in hell. The scenery straight out of the night circle permeated my eyes. Clouds of green smoke hovered, and as I looked around, I noticed that the grass had turned black and the leaves on trees became yellow. A bird came down, crashing right beside me. I was dead. Blood was spilling out of his. It's feathers covered in patches of a crimson ribbon. My heart beat with raging like catastrophic speed. My breathing became shallow. I couldn't tear my eyes away from the fur. I was frozen. Mesmerized. Welcome to the great meteor grind. But now I sparked the mind, startlingly unrelentless. I turned my back and saw the man from before. What a sight it was. He was soaring on burning wings in the cloud of deadly gas. I felt my eyes. Please, I'm sorry. Please, let me out of here. I didn't. Stand up. And watch the glorious spirit as they throw themselves into the jaws of death over their hollow convictions of an upcoming peace. Oh, and you can see exactly what I like about humans. Look at those little march on to their second from slowly out their moves. The man ordered me to look at us in a boisterous tone. I had no choice. I had no say. My body, much to my terror, was not listening and faced the direction of the one coming back. A fleet of troops marched through the deadly clouds of smoke that covered the field. The man slowly descended through the and stood next to me. Yes, this is the closest you've got to us. You should be proud. My eyes were glued to the marching soldiers ahead of us. They were well protected from the gas. For a few moments, everything was fine. I couldn't even hold the march in the front. But without the road still steady. And then the sharp hand cracked through the wall. Suddenly, as the bolt exploded out of the gun barrel at the helmet. Lily advanced some dead. These soldiers were stunned. Their front lines stopped for a moment, confused. They weren't expecting this. Another silent. And then, and another. The volley of fire soon came. Artillery fire followed suit. The advancing soldiers began to lose their men. The smog began dissipating. And that's when I noticed it. The assailants weren't home soldiers. No, they were a band of blood-soaked beasts. Some of them were hanging, others awkwardly walking. Some even only crawling their back. Their faces melted, and they were all staring at cold chunks of coffin violently. Yet, they were roaring and charging onward, blasting their enemy with all their remaining strength and firepower. The advancing forces were thrown into a fit of hysteria. They're all dead. The mayor was not to worry. They're all dead and dead. And they're fighting for their sovereign. These aliens won't die peacefully. They return to mountains to hold their enemies down with them. You can tell me. Oh, my God. It was all I could muster. The sight, the realization, the attack of the dead men shook me to my core. Up until now, I didn't even imagine the fact that apparently the Great War has had its fair share of mind-blowing events. The man snapped his fingers and in the blink of an eye, we were back at the phone, facing each other. I didn't have the time to react to the fact that we were back where we were in the bar before the man threw the bomb at me. It doesn't even know this has happened, he said. What? I was surprised even more. He doesn't know anything about anything. This universe. So in a really calm tone. What the? I started myself, rubbing the bridge of my nose to calm the throbbing in my head. How did he know? He's trapped in a little box for lack of better term. The man bursted. My heart skipped a beat here and there. Guess my expression gave that out, as the man's face contorted into that wide smile. Would you like an explanation? I don't know if I should. No, none. You can't guarantee your sanity intact. But I teaching tried. Not making the situation any easier. I didn't. I don't even know why. I'm not sure if it was curiosity or fear. I was caught up in a storm of emotions, and my mind was all over the place. No, smart. The man, before drawing his finger in the air, in a sort of field of snow large enough to fit my body. The space that his finger traveled over became crackling in a myriad of impossible colors that could perfectly find it out. I felt those colors to join us. I've never seen such colors before or since. They were just iridescent. An alien rainbow sorts of glassy space. Follow me, the man said, before stepping inside the rain and disappearing in a quick flash of light. Not sure if I wanted to follow him. This was my chance to get the hell out of there and forget everything. I stood there for a few more minutes, covering the glass of hell. I know this was probably my only chance to get I don't know. Something was pulling me towards it. The alien rainbow kept shining at me in various shades of impossible colors. The radiation was all spectacular. It was beautiful, true. Perhaps that's why I made a choice to walk straight down the fire, so to speak. The fifth, I guess, passageway. It felt warm and pleasant when I passed through it. Sort of like being showered with the warmth of the heat after being soaked in cold water. That was the last pleasant experience I had once I passed through the alien rainbow. Once I was over to the other side, I found myself covered in pitch darkness. It was the darkest shade of black I've ever experienced. In fact, it wasn't just it was as if I was cast into a black hole. I couldn't see, I couldn't smell, I couldn't feel anything besides my own body. I immediately started feeling my skin crawl with fear. My instinctive reaction was to try to probe my way around the space. After about a moment of probing nothing but existence, I felt my hands touch something solid. I traced my hands along the corner, and the solid thing just kept on going. I assumed those were walls. So I started going forward, cautiously. I had my tools flashlight. I could feel a solid surface, but I had no way of telling whether there were any cavities or holes on that surface. I kept on like this until I felt something warm fall on my head. And couldn't see anything. Then the same substance fell on me, this time on my face. I wiped it off, and the thing began to smell foul, like a terrible breath of a dog. The smell disgusted me, and I did my best to wipe the substance from myself. I started picking up my pace. I thought the thing was just some leaking or something, but boy, how wrong I was. After a few moments of walking, I was still trying to find my way around this maze of Egyptian darkness. I heard something that threatened to burst my eardrums. An inhuman shriek sounded like 100 people shrieking all at once from a distance. Not only it startled the living hell out of me and sent me back into panic, but the sheer force of the cry felt as if I was being stabbed in my ears. The sound was so terrible that I clutched at the side of my head and dropped to my knees. While on my knees, begging for the pain to end, something pulled my head. I felt a massive shift of weight on my back. Something heavy landed on top and was pressing me against the floor. I could feel claws pressing into my shoulders. I heard it during the shoulders again. I'll be there. Right in my ears. Something wet hit the top of my head. I could already imagine some kind of vile creature sitting on top, dying to sink its extra-dimensional things into my body. How did it happen? Just as I registered a human growth across the field, something caused the sensation, and I put myself in a finally dragged across the dark fields. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than being eaten I've ever tried to eat. The friction burns are obviously better than the No, I guess it means that it'd be better than suffering the intense pain I suffer on an almost daily basis. I brought it upon myself, but I'm here to help you. Anyway, I had a long conversation for a few minutes before I heard the man's voice. I noticed you once followed us at the time. This thing would have made you into less than no time. And by me, you would have lost the rest of your food. I go on to my back and down. What was this? Something just escaped the light. That's one of those things. And it's remain hypnotized. That's from everything. If I had to describe it to you in terms you could probably get. It's like a monster that lives on whatever pops into it otherwise devoid of life and life. So, offering me his hand. I took it and he pulled me up onto my feet. Are you saying we're traveling through this creature's lair now? Why would we? I asked, being cut off by his amused chuckle. Oh, no. No. These things outright live in the dark. They travel through various spaces that are specifically done. They can be anywhere. From here to a human child's closet, to some cave on some deserted planet. He explained. The closet